Dear students, welcome back. In the previous session, we have seen the upper ribcage muscles along with the barrel chest um, and their work to pacify the demand of ventilation. So, such kind of work of those muscles leads to abnormal breathing pattern, leads to abnormal thoracoabdominal breathing pattern. Now we will see how that abnormal breathing pattern occurs. In normal type of breathing, what happens? The diaphragm has to, during inspiration, the dome of the diaphragm moves downwards, which creates the intra-abdominal pressure, increases in the intra-abdominal pressure. Because of the descent of this diaphragm, it displaces the abdominal contents anterolaterally of the abdomen, isn't it? So, but such kind of movement is not taking place in this abnormal pattern of thoraco-abdominal type of breathing pattern. So such kind of breathing pattern is called as paradoxical thoraco-abdominal breathing pattern. Now we will see how it occurs. With forceful contraction of the functioning inspiratory muscles of the upper rib cage in a patient with the flattened diaphragm, causes the diaphragm and the abdominal contents are pulled upwards into the thorax, upwards into the thorax. That means, so all these muscles are pulling the rib cage upward and outward, because of this action of these muscles and ineffective functioning of the diaphragm leads this diaphragm as well as the abdominal contents are pulled upwards into the thorax. Okay, and during exhalation, the abdomen is pushed back down and out. So pushed back down and out. Okay, such kind of breathing pattern is called as paradoxical thoraco-abdominal breathing pattern. This is an abnormal breathing pattern. So this pattern is due to maintained effectiveness of the upper inspiratory rib musculature. This pattern is due to maintained effectiveness of the upper inspiratory ribcage musculature and reduced effectiveness of the diaphragm. So this breathing pattern is due to maintained effectiveness. That means maintained effectiveness means here what? So to maintain the normal lung capacity, these muscles, the upper ribcage muscles, are worked effectively, and there is a reduced effectiveness of the diaphragm leads to abnormal breathing pattern. Okay, so such kind of breathing pattern is seen in severe cases. So such kind of breathing pattern is seen in severe cases of COPD. Okay, so because of such kind of breathing, so it causes some disadvantages. So the disadvantages of these biomechanical alterations with what? Hyperinflation of the lungs, or added by the increased demand for ventilation in COPD. So although it is hyperventilated, though it is containing more air, but still it is having a demand for ventilation in COPD. Okay, so to meet that demands, more work is required of a less effective system. సో నార్మల్ బ్రీదింగ్ జరిగేటప్పుడు సో ద డయాఫ్రమ్ అండ్ ద ఇంటర్కాస్టల్ మజిల్స్ విల్ వర్క్ ఇన్ ఎ ప్యాట్రన్, బట్ టు మీట్ ద డిమాండ్స్ more work is required of a less effective system. సో ఎక్కువ ఎనర్జీ యూజ్ అవ్వదు నార్మల్ క్వైట్ బ్రీతింగ్లో మనకు అవసరమైనప్పుడు, బట్ నార్మల్ క్వైట్ బ్రీతింగ్ కూడా సో ద అదర్ యాక్సెసరీ మజిల్స్ ఆర్ రిక్వైర్డ్ టు మీట్ ద డిమాండ్ ఫర్ వెంటిలేషన్ ఇన్ COPD. Okay, and also so other muscles are using means most of the energy is used for ventilation. Okay, here what happens, more work is required for a less effective system, as well as energy cost of ventilation or work of breathing is increased markedly in COPD. So these are the disadvantages of these biomechanical alterations with hyperinflation in COPD cases. That is the pathological changes in structure and function. Thank you.